Convincing our dogs to leave things in real life situations can be really tricky. Let me show you how to break this down into a nice, fun little game for you to play at home with your dog. So our level 1 leave it is simply leaving a treat out of the air. This can be really simple to start with, but some dogs, if they've never left before, might find it a little bit tricky, so take your time. So to begin with, all you're going to do, you're going to lower a treat down in front of your dog. If they go towards it, you're simply going to take it away and make sure that they don't get it. So you're going to lower that treat down. As soon as they leave it, good girl, take it. I would always treat your dog from the other hand to make sure that they understand if I leave this treat, I get something separate, I get something different. So you're going to lower it down, leave it, take it. As long as your dog can leave that treat alone, you've passed level 1. Level 2 is now leaving these treats on the ground. So our next step is to get our dogs to leave that tasty treat as it hits the floor. So same game, you're going to lower this treat down, ideally to the ground, leave it, take it. Good girl. Again, try to make sure they get a treat from somewhere else. Putting a treat on the ground can be fairly tricky. Leave it, as this is usually fair game for most dogs. If you are struggling with this, as soon as they go for it, make sure you pick up that treat. So if you do leave it there too long, Suki's doing very well. Make sure if they go for it, you remove that treat straight away. Again, if you put it too close, that could be too tempting for most dogs. As you see, Suki there will definitely try to get the treat. So keep it a nice little distance away. Leave it, take it. Good girl. Level 3 now is dropping the treats. This is where it gets really tricky. So we've left a treat out of the air, we've left a treat off the ground, and now we want to be able to drop that treat in front of them. When you first start doing this, make sure you drop your treat from a small height to begin with, as leaving a treat from this distance is going to be very tricky for most dogs. So you're going to put a treat just above the ground. You're going to ask them to leave it, you're going to drop. As long as they don't go for it, you're going to give them that other treat. Now, Suki's quite well practiced with this one, but as you'll see soon, we're going to get to some tricky ones she's never done before. Leave it. Good girl. Make sure you pick a surface or some treats that aren't going to bounce around a lot. You can imagine if a treat hits the ground and it flies past their vision, that's going to be a lot more tempting for them to leave. Leave it. As you've just seen. Level 4 now, getting tricky. So, our level 4 leave it is leaving real life items. I know a lot of you dogs out there will be very tempted by one of these, a nice interesting sock. So, the same games as we played previously, but you're going to do it with a different item. This could be socks, shoes, slippers, tissues, poo bags, anything that your dog might be tempted by. So, you're going to lower it down, nice and easy. Suki's not even that interested. What's this? You're going to show them the sock, leave it. Good girl, take it. Obviously make sure you reward with a treat and not another sock. You're then going to put the sock on the ground, leave it, take it. I know some of you watching will think this is too difficult for your dog, but again, practice. If ever they go for it, leave it. If ever they go for that sock, just pick it up quickly and try again from an easier position. Let's try something different. This is one of my partner's shoes, Suki's favourite thing in the world. Ready? Leave it, take it. She's doing very well today. Perfect, that's level 4. Level 5 now. These are getting onto the fun, more interesting, trick-based leave-its. If you can do your level 3 and 4, that is great for real-life scenarios. But now we're getting into the fun, really testing their self-control. So, level 5 is putting a treat on your dog's paw. So to begin with, make sure they can leave a treat just in front of their paws first. So you're just going to do the same as level 2, but you're going to do it much closer. Leave it. Again, if they go for it, you see Suki's thinking about it. Good girl, leave it. You're going to make sure you do it nice and close. Leave it. Take it. Good girl. Now, if they're doing well, you're going to then go to the next step, which is getting much closer. You may want to touch your dog's feet. Leave it. Take it. So there I'm just pressing the treat on Suki's toes and she is leaving it alone. Now obviously the big step right now, leave it, is being able to take my hand away. Take it. Good girl. Well done. Again, I'd always remove that one. Let's try the other paw. Leave it. Now this one's a bit closer to Suki's face. Leave it. Take it. Can we do a double paw? Let's find out. Leave it. Leave it. Oh, doesn't help that I'm dropping treats. Suki. Take it. Good girl. Very, very good. Well done. That's level 5. Right, so I've recruited Ernie for our level 6 leave it. This one's much, much more difficult. If they can leave it off their paws, our next step is leaving it off their nose. Now Ernie's not very well practiced with this, but I'm hoping he's got a little bit more self-control than Suki has, so let's find out. So to begin with, you're going to just do a leave it really close to their face, much like our level 5 leave it. You're going to do it near to the point, but not quite. Leave it. Good boy, take it, good boy. So again, make sure they can leave it nice and up close before you put it on their nose. The next step is to grab hold of their snout nice and gently. Make sure your dog is happy that you can do this. You're going to put the treat on, leave it, take it, good boy. Now we did lose the other treat, but I managed to pick it up before Ernie could. Let's try again. Leave it. Take it, good boy. Now some people like to teach their dog to catch that treat that's coming off the nose. That does take a little bit more practice, but simply asking your dog to take that treat rather than giving them a different one is what will eventually lead into that catching the treat. Should we try one? Leave it. Leave it. Take it. Good boy. Perfect, that's level 6. Thanks for watching everybody. Make sure you follow along with these leave it levels at home and let us know how far you got. Don't worry if you get stuck on any of those levels. Practice really makes perfect and you'll soon be able to move on to the next one. Make sure you follow Pup Buddy on all the social media listed in the description below, as well as here on YouTube for more videos and see what we can achieve in the future.